Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days.
What up, y'all? Planet of the Fake Families here, and you're looking at Amanda Perrault, and that's her husband, former cop. I don't know what happened, but the last couple of weeks after they got off vacation been very, very, very rocky. He caught a domestic abuse charge, and as well as a cruelty to children for doing it in front of a child. I didn't even know if you assault your partner or do some type of domestic assault in front of a child, that's considered cruelty to children. You understand? So cruelty to children is not only doing something to a child, it's also doing something in front of a child. But send prayers out to Amanda Perrault's family. She lived her, childhood dream, got the husband, got the house, the car, the dog, and the family, and then tragedy strikes. That same husband, that same dream turned to a nightmare. She actually, filed a restraining order against him, but after the last time he got locked up, she went to his bond hearing and told the courts that he has nowhere to go and it's fine if he does come home. He came home and then he took her life. Anyway, send prayers out to Amanda. If the video don't start when I stop talking, what you heard and saw was the content. For additional content, click the link in the description. This is a messed up story. Like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, visit my community wall. And if you have time, go to www.moredashiga.com/TV. That's our new umbrella. This is 2020. We are here.
Planet of the Fakes 4 Families. And Pigstar HH News. Cop fatally shoots wife and claims it's a suicide days after he's arrested for beating her, officials. A Georgia police officer was arrested for murder on Wednesday for allegedly fatally shooting his wife and claiming she had killed herself. 6 days before Amanda Perrault, 44, was found dead in her home, her husband, Eatonton police officer Michael Perrault, 43, was charged with simple battery, family violence, and cruelty to children for an incident which unfolded while their 8-year-old daughter was home, according to WMAZ. Amanda Perrault told Putnam County deputies who responded to their home on January 28 that her husband struck her in the face and pushed her out the front door. WGXA reports that deputies noticed red marks on her chest and interviewed a witness who backed her story. How do you protect your children from predators? Join Nancy Grace and a team of world-class experts for the online course Justice Nation, Crime Stops Here. Advertisement. Released from custody the following day, Michael Perrault was reportedly on leave at the time of Monday's incident. Putnam County Sheriff Howard Sills confirmed to WMAZ that the officer called his boss, Eatonton Police Chief Kent Lawrence, instead of 911 after his wife was shot. Michael Perrault allegedly claimed his wife was upset about their marital issues when she shot herself. Perrault had told him that his wife had killed herself and we, of course, responded immediately to the scene, Sills stated. WGXA reported that Amanda Perrault was found dead with a gunshot wound to the head. Michael Perrault claimed he witnessed his wife shoot himself, Sills said. Sills reportedly said that at the initial court hearing, the judge was interested in placing a no-contact order as a condition of Michael Perrault's bond. Amanda Perrault reportedly told the judge that her husband had nowhere to stay and that it was okay for him to come back home. The Union Recorder reported that the couple's 8-year-old daughter was at school at the time of Monday's incident. Full video link in the description. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, and, if you get time, go to www.amore-ica.com.
Tell me when you're ready. I think we're ready. Yep, everybody's ready. Okay. I arrested Michael Seth Perrault yesterday afternoon around 6 p.m. And he's here in the jail charged with the murder of his wife. And I will entertain questions from all of you as I normally do. We're not going to talk about So this is Mr. Wright Barksdale. He is the assistant district attorney that handles Putnam and Hancock counties for the Okmulgee Judicial Circuit, which is 8 counties, the biggest one in the state. And Putnam is at the center of it, of course.
So, Sheriff, do you have a murder weapon?
Yes, we do. It was a pistol, 380 pistol. I don't mind telling you that.
And was she shot just once?
One time in the head, yes, ma'am.
Was there anybody else in the house at the time?
No, ma'am. It was just the victim and her husband. There's nothing to indicate anyone else was there. He does have a small child, but the child was in school.
So, Sheriff, tell us about, I guess it was a domestic violence case against...
Planet of the Fakes 4 Families. And Pigstar HH News. Sheriff Eatonton officer charged with domestic violence now accused in wife's murder. Update the 6th of February 2020 at 11 a.m. Putnam County, Putnam County Sheriff Howard Sills hosts a press conference on the arrest of Eatonton Police Office. Seth Michael Perrault. Perrault is charged with the murder of his wife, 44-year-old Amanda Perrault. She was found dead of a gunshot wound to the head on Monday. Update the 5th of February 2020 at 11:55 p.m. Putnam County, Putnam County Sheriff Howard Sills has confirmed Eatonton police officer Seth Michael Perrault was arrested Wednesday night on a charge of murder. Sills confirms to WGXA News Perrault was arrested in connection to the death of his wife Amanda. Sills is expected to hold a press conference Thursday morning at 11 a.m. This is a developing story. Follow WGXA News on air and online for updates. Original story below. Putnam County, the wife of an Eatonton police officer recently arrested for domestic violence is dead from a gunshot wound to the head. Putnam County Sheriff Howard Sills says his office is still investigating this case and has not determined the death of 44-year-old Amanda Perrault to be either a homicide or a suicide. Sills says the fatal shooting took place in her bedroom at her eastern Putnam County home on Long Island Drive near Lake Oconee on Monday. On January 28, Putnam County deputies responded to the home for a domestic violence call against Eatonton police officer Seth Michael Perrault, according to the Sheriff's office. Amanda claimed her husband hit her in the face and pushed her out of their front door. Deputies saw visible red marks on her chest and questioned a witness in the home during the alleged incident, who corroborated the story. Perrault, 43, was then taken into custody and charged with multiple domestic violence-related counts. He was released on a $1,500 bond. Sills confirms that Michael Perrault remains on administrative leave from the Eatonton Police Department due to his domestic violence charges. But Sills adds that Michael Perrault has not been taken into custody or charged in his wife's death. He says Eatonton Police notified him of Amanda Perrault's death on Monday, after Michael Perrault called the Eatonton Police Department to notify them of his wife's death. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation has conducted an autopsy on Amanda Perrault at the GBI's crime lab in Atlanta. The results are pending, but Sills says there was no trauma to her body other than a single gunshot wound to the head. The couple hadn't lived in Putnam County for long and the sheriff's office is looking into where they previously lived. We are scrutinizing this as much as possible, he says. Anyone with information on Amanda Perrault's death can call the Putnam County Sheriff's Office at 478-485-8557. Full video link in the description. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, and, if you get time, go to www.amore-
A few days prior?
Yes, ma'am. Last Thursday, my deputies responded to a call at the residence. His wife had called about an incident and reported an incident of battery. He was arrested at that time. He was charged with simple battery and cruelty to the children in the 3rd degree, both of those being misdemeanors. There was no actual assault upon the child. The child was simply present when the assault upon the wife took place. He has custody of his 8-year-old daughter, who is not the child of Amanda Perrault, the deceased. She was a stepmother. He was obviously booked into our jail and was released the following day on a $1,500 bond.
But allowed to go back into the home?
Yes, he was. I was personally at that hearing. The Chief Magistrate, Dorothy Adams, very very specifically was interested in putting a condition upon that he not have contact with his wife. However, she was here at that bond hearing, and she asserted to the court that he had no place to go and it was okay for him to come back home. I want to be very clear about that. I spoke to her about that personally, and then I spoke to her again about that after the bond hearing when he was not present, and she reiterated it was okay for him to come back to the residence.
So with that, are we to assume she didn't fear for her life?
Planet of the Fakes 4 Families. And Pigstar HH News. Eatonton police officer's wife found shot to death. Eatonton, GA, the wife of an Eatonton police officer who was arrested last week on domestic violence charges against his wife was found dead of a gunshot wound at the couple's home in Ear Lake Oconee in Putnam County on Monday afternoon. And now deputies and detectives with the Putnam County Sheriff's Office along with assistance from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation Region 6 office in Milledgeville are attempting to uncover exactly what happened. Putnam County Sheriff Howard R. Sills identified the victim as 44-year-old Amanda Perrault, of 133 Long Island Drive, Eatonton. "I've either got a suicide or a murder," Sills said. "That's what I have. I mean, it's just that simple. It could be either way." The victim was shot once in the head with a .380 caliber handgun, according to Sills. The shooting, which happened in the couple's bedroom, stemmed from a domestic argument between Amanda Perrault and her husband, Michael Perrault, an officer with the Eatonton Police Department, Sills told reporters at his office Tuesday morning. "The bottom line is that he, Michael Perrault, says they were arguing and then she suddenly produced a gun and shot herself," Sills said. The sheriff said based on statements given to him by the police officer that the officer's wife retrieved the handgun from a nightstand and shot herself while in the bed. Sills said Michael Perrault told him that he witnessed his wife shoot herself. Following the shooting, Michael Perrault telephoned Eatonton Police Chief Kent Lawrence to report what had happened. The police chief then called Sills to inform him. Shortly after 1:30 p.m., deputies and Detective Lieutenant Harry Luke and Detective Chris Harper along with Sills arrived on the scene and discovered the victim in the bedroom. Sills said he later made a telephone call to the GBI office in Milledgeville to request assistance of their crime scene unit. "I did that for a couple of reasons," Sills said. "One, this is a city police officer and I didn't want anyone to think that was any inference that there was any kind of special treatment being done because he was a police officer. And very candidly, yes, it is being handled much differently because he is a police officer. It's being scrutinized far more in that regard. And of course we have the incident of last week where he was arrested and charged with simple battery of his wife. And secondly, the scene needed an extraordinary amount of time to process it properly, and as y'all know, I am understaffed." Amanda Perrault was later pronounced dead at the scene. Sills described the officer as being very distraught when he and others law enforcement officers, including Eatonton Police investigator Howell Cardwell arrived at the residence. The sheriff said Michael Perrault voluntarily accompanied deputies and detectives to the sheriff's office. "He was told he was not in custody and not under arrest," Sills said. "I wanted to talk with him and we talked for a good while and then he eventually left with his daughter." Officer Perrault answered questions from authorities for approximately 2 hours. Sills said he didn't want to discuss what was said during that interview. Apparently there was a lack of tranquility between the couple since the officer's arrest last week, Sills said. The police officer has an 8-year-old daughter, who was at school at the time of the shooting. A friend of the police officer from the police department actually went to the school and got the girl out early, the sheriff said. Sills said the officer and his daughter have not yet returned home because detectives were still executing the search warrant on Tuesday. "We've not yet released the scene, and it has been under my continuance possession since we got the call," Sills said, confirming that Michael Perrault first called Lawrence and then the police chief called him. Just last week, Officer Perrault, 43, was arrested at his home on misdemeanor charges of simple assault under the Georgia Family Violence Act and cruelty to children in the third degree. A short time after being taken to the jail, Eatonton Police Chief Kent Lawrence said he went there and placed Perrault on administrative leave without pay pending the completion of an internal investigation. Lawrence said he also had reported the incident to the Georgia Peace Officers and Standards Training Council POST, the state agency that certifies all law enforcement officers. After being arrested, Perrault was taken to the Putnam County Jail and released the following day after he posted $1,500 bail. The bond was set during a hearing before Putnam County Chief Magistrate Dorothy Adams. During the hearing, Perrault, who has worked for the Eatonton Police Department since the latter part of 2018, was advised of the charges against him and advised of his constitutional rights. The case remained under investigation Tuesday afternoon. Full video link in the description. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, and, if you get time, go to.
You can make that assumption, and the reason I did talk to her again is because I could sense some reluctance, you know what I'm saying? But that's what she said, yes.
Can you say where he was taken into custody last?
Yes, we arrested him at his sister's, what I understood to be his sister's home. It's a social circle address, but it's in Newton County.
And was the child present then?
No, ma'am. It's my understanding that his daughter is with her maternal grandparents.
But he had custody of her.
He did.
Maternal grandparents. Well, I mean, Sheriff, your heart breaks when you hear about a domestic call right before and the woman ends up dead.
Yes, ma'am, and that's why, and let me again say, that's why the chief magistrate very specifically addressed the late Mrs. Perrault about that issue. Very specifically, and like I said, so did I. And then again, you know, obviously this is a terribly tragic event, and but this is not an unusual event, unfortunately, in our society.
Any message to victims of domestic violence out there?
Well, sure. The law, you know, let me say this. Any restraining order, any temporary protective order, anything like that is not going to absolutely ensure that something isn't going to happen.
Sure, I tell you, they don't protect you. Paper will not protect you.
Law enforcement has, and the courts have to protect victims. And if you're in a situation of domestic violence, and we're looking into this relationship from a long-term standpoint now. But if you're in that, you know, get out of it and utilize the laws and things that are available to you. And but it's an unfortunate cycle. This is not the first one of these I've been involved in.
How long have they been married?
I don't know the exact dates. It's my understanding they've been married a couple of years, but it had a relationship for far longer than that.
Hey, what up, y'all? Planet of Fakes here. 2020's coming, brand new everything. I got a brand new Instagram. Make sure you follow it, Planet_the_Fakes. And hey, Planet of Fakes back again. This is just a reminder. If you have any problems accessing the videos at our site, www.amor-eka.com/TV, more than likely it's because you're on a cell phone or tablet. All you have to do is at the top of the browser on the right hand is normally 3 dots. You hit them, this menu comes down, hit desktop site. You have to switch from mobile view to desktop view, and all the videos will pop right up for you. Any other problems, just hit us up at support@amor-eka.com. Thanks again for supporting. Alright, Planet of Fakes here. I'd like to thank you for watching our video, but I also would like to remind you to please subscribe to our other pages. YouTube Streets, Planet of Fakes Kids, I'm Just Nosy, Kanika Jenkins, 36 Hours, POTFS, Planet of the Kings, POTFS Battle Zone, Planet of Fakes Extraordinary, Planet of Fakes for Pets, Umbrella, POTFS, Planet of Fakes for Families, Pigstar HH News, Planet of Fakes